welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. We do have an event causing more deranged people, so we are a little bit behind on getting them all treatment. We've got some improvements here in our eggs that should be kicking in soon. 23 may actually have kicked in. Yeah, almost have got these guys up to full. So, if we're not having enough eggs, still not having enough eggs, it's probably time to instead go ahead and expand egg production as well. Although with the improved health, I might back off a little bit more on the food servings. Raiders on the way. Okay. Let's do another food serving step off. See how that handles. So of course we will rally our troops to battle the raiders. We know there's 20 raiders. We've got 40 guys, I think, deploying, unless someone got trained real fast to form up the flanking unit that I was trying to train there. That's one way for the deploy. That was not how I intended for the deploy. But okay. We got a 38 and a 2. So 38 form a close line. Deploy the 2. Again, probably in close, but behind the 38. And then we'll start and let some time pass. We are facing... Oh, that's them there. So 20 guys on foot. So what we'll try to do is we'll have the 2 try to run around and stab in the back. Once they engage. Not the entire enemy 20. 15. I was told they'd have 20. Oh, there's the other 5. Okay, so the other 5 are mounted. See if they come around and hit us in the flanks. Okay, enemy infantry is charging. Okay, 38. Focus on 15. If we can get the 15 to rout, then we can deal with the cavalry at that point. So we'll try to use the 2 to keep them from hitting our main formation in the rear. Yeah, numbers favors us. Their flanks are compromised because of how badly we outnumbered them. Although they are well armored, so this is with plate armor. So we may not have it quite go all our way. No, otherwise fair fight. Oop, they've suffered a casualty. Okay, cavalry did a splice on the side there. Otherwise, it's mostly ineffective. Okay, so the unmounted portion of the enemy is now basically surrounded. Although we'll see how well our two guys handle. We've taken a casualty, so it's 1-1 right now. Although I can't imagine the enemy's morale is doing particularly great. Okay, they've lost 3, we've lost 1. Make that 2. Well, that was a pretty good cavalry charge on their part. Yeah, my whole army morale is looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit more of a debate for the actual infantry. Oh, that's the 2. Okay, so 2's no longer... actually trying to do a flanking maneuver. We'll try to pull them back up and hit the flank again. Okay, charge the enemy once again in the back. Again, this is going to come down to, can we get a morale break on the enemy before they inflict too much damage? They are better armored and are better armored than us. Although we have a numerical advantage. And there's debate whether or not their better armor is going to outweigh the numerical advantage here. Oh, there's a swipe coming in from the cavalry. Okay, the enemy's line infantry have broken. It's just the cavalry left. Yeah, our guys are slowly recovering from exhaustion. Not much point in actually chasing the cavalry. They're not going to come to us. Yeah, I don't necessarily think cycle charging spear walls is the best idea for the enemy cavalry. There's probably an argument with their equipment. They're better off just getting in there and just staying in. See if they actually do that at some point. Not exactly sure how exhausted our guys are, which is why we're sitting here waiting for our exhaustion to go away, or at least go down. Well, their injuries are still stacking. Oh, they... there they come. So that's victory. So we can close that battle, except the victory there with the 8 casualties. Go ahead and decline. Decline the captives, we'll get some loot, and we'll probably get some money from the bandit captain's treasury. Yeah, so 200-something thousand denarii. Good to see. Back to saving up for upgrading the last of the marketplaces. And then we'll probably be expanding the library system to support more knowledge, so we get more service upgrades. The entity has arrived. Its whiskey bulk is positioned right above your city. Flashes of not quite lightning light up its body periodically, getting something more defined in the center of the cloud. You're deranged or utterly memorized, and follow it with unblinking eyes. Okay, so we were going to medicate them. I don't think we don't have enough to medicate them. Now would be the time to do it. We're going to pass because we don't have the medicine to do that. And then back out on the world map. How's Ortega coming along? 9 more to go to get to 600. We're basically waiting for 9 of the 41 possible Dundorians to move in here. Yeah, probably gonna need to build another library. I put it over here. I want to go somewhere. And this is good farmland, yeah, so it probably wants to go either right side. I don't think it'll quite fit in there. You went into a shift copy, look how it's going to fit. It doesn't fit between the 2 roads, doesn't fit that way between the 2 roads. It won't be too badly end like so. That's probably where it's going to go. Okay. There is an argument that we could increase food servings. I'm actually going to do something that we haven't done, which is I'm going to start distributing some fish to use as furniture. See how that distribution works? Because we've got plenty of food days. I think we got plenty of food days. Nope, we got a wood shortage. Well, in theory we're making enough, but we got a shortage in the actual stockpile. So let's go clear some trees. Odd job versus tree clearing duty. So in theory we have enough food production. I'll actually just go in and assign all the fish to furniture. I can take them all for it all to be distributed. Not actually affecting our fields. Or is that just they gotta go pray event? I know one of them at one point did actually affect the fields. Oh no, that is affecting the output, yeah. Okay. In theory, we should start seeing them decorate their houses with fish in whatever form that takes. I imagine it'd be like aquariums or something. Not so sure. Oh, and I got enough to get the last marketplace upgraded. Get it upgraded. Oh, we can finish the housing upgrades. Well, let's say finish the housing upgrades. I still don't think we have enough cut stone to do all the upgrades for housing. We can get started. Yeah, so access is trending down because we reduced the food serving, so they're not happy about the food servings being reduced, but the other things are going up. Furniture's going up. And fishes are trending up in the storage. Again, that should improve the furniture. Unless something really changes with the leather, we're probably never gonna give them leather. Although, maybe we'll just be profitable enough that exporting other stuff will import the leather. We'll see. But yeah, the fish dispersion is being a lot less painful than I expected it to be. Although we're already losing something like 300 to decay, right? So we're just offsetting decay, so the stockpile might not sit as high anymore, but it can actually decay slower as furniture than it does in the food stockpile. Yeah, probably could go with more veg. Are we there yet with Ortega? 2 more people to go. Not quite. But yeah, I think we're gonna finish upgrading these houses, and then we're looking to expand the laboratory. Or not the laboratory, the library. Well, maybe the laboratory as well, but laboratory first, or the library first, so we can get the knowledge going. Oh, I guess we have an event that's providing a productivity bonus as a follow-up to the deranged event. And then, of course, we could always produce and distribute furniture. That's another thing they'd like. We have decent amount of furniture. I think they'll start contemplating distributing furniture as well. Although, what? It's the same amount of furniture as fish, so it'll be about the same sort of consumption. Yeah, no, we don't actually have enough furniture production. Like, we got enough furniture, we don't have enough furniture production. We'd have to significantly increase furniture production to actually distribute furniture as furniture. Oh, and the wood... Oh, but the wood... I think the wood was affected by the drought, wasn't it? The drought's probably over, though. Yeah, drought is something that can affect the wood cutting. Okay. Let's use some felled trees, get some wood back in the stockpile. I suppose that's another thing we could do, is I can expand wood chopping and start distributing as furniture. We got 214 open housing in the existing housing. Yeah, I think it's time to grab another one of you. Plop it, say, there. That'll provide another 100 people making knowledge. Apparently I have more knowledge saved up than I was thinking about. Although we've got temporary knowledge from laboratories and libraries being 10% more efficient from this event. It's gonna go away. Well, actually, arguably in the case of the knowledge, it's not, because we're about to increase the cap by a significant amount. Rapidly building that up. And we got enough workers to, in theory, work the whole thing. And we got enough housing to bring more people in once we have more services, so... Okay, wood is looking at 159 negative, so... maybe leaning towards building more wood. Library is complete. 100 workers get assigned to it. Now we don't need to worry about this knowledge going away. Check what the upgrade would be on the shrines, right? Furniture. Okay, so just a bunch of furniture. So that might be worth saving up for when we can do the shrine upgrades. And yeah, I think we want to do more wood cutting. Get a big wood cutter made over here. Anyway, as I'm saying big, I mean big. Let's not underestimate how big I'm talking about. Nice and big. There we go. So that'll take 76 workers. We have that. That's probably a little bit more workers than I probably want assigned to it specifically, but it's a big one, so we'll give it a decently large storage. Gonna probably need more than one auxiliary. Like so. That should produce plenty of wood, and then we can use that wood for distribution to our pops as furniture. So they're doing the land prep. That'll be the prep on the 4 sub-building, or 4 sub-components. There we go. Okay, now we should be wood positive. Should be. And then excess, we're going to turn on, allowing them to have not furniture, wood. Of course, now that I built that, we're like 22 odd jobbers short. Let's allow more people in. 50 more people in. We get enough knowledge? Yes. We can get to worshipping with style, which we'll do. And then we can start distributing furniture to the shrines. These do take a lot of furniture, so we're going to have to expand furniture production to realistically get these upgraded all the way. But some of the most heavily used ones we just upgraded. So that should see us see some bonuses. I'm going to modify this one, so we turn speed down. The edit button stays off now. We're going to refinish this room, making it bigger. Take advantage of some of the existing trees here. Get just a little bit more lumber out of this forest here. does the storage provide efficiency as well? Oh, no, the building has some auxiliaries. That makes sense. That makes sense. I forgot we had some auxiliaries already. Or some auxiliary in here because of the being a former building. And we're just upgrading the existing building. There we go. And then we probably want to spend carpentry, as long as the wood stays positive. Although one thing I can probably get away with being particularly productive at this point is now that we have more woodcutters. This is probably an efficient upgrade. In fact, maybe worth bringing in even more people in the laboratory to improve that more. Okay, so at this point, they should hire more than 7 workers. I don't need to go to the site of injuries. Yeah, okay. You can hire more than 7 workers. It didn't default to more than 7 workers. Another 15 in that site. Apparently need more people in the town. 2,800 now. Okay, next I think is... Well, actually, first we're going to gather some wood from the environment, because we're a little low on wood. And then we'll start expanding the carpenters again. I think what we'll try to do. Because yeah, in theory we should be significantly wood positive, but we've got a very large immediate wood demand in the form of wood for furniture that needs to get distributed. We do have enough knowledge. It's 150 for Grand Temple. Oh, Grand Temple only has 1 upgrade, and the shrines actually have 3 levels. Lots of levels on the shrine, apparently. Talking about the shrine, how much was the improvement? Was the shrine upgrade? We haven't finished it all the way. Oh, 4 fulfillment from shrines. The shrines are worth quite a bit for us. The temples maybe less so. Although the temple will give us bonuses. Globedine pasture. And veg and fruit. Could also do Arthurianism, which is those industries as well. We probably want to stay away from the evil ones. Raid security and submission. Yeah, probably stick to the good ones. Cratourism and Arthurianism. For your worshipping both, I think that would be fine. Has the wood been distributed yet? No, we still need another 3,000 wood. Okay, I need to chop more trees. More trees to be felled. Oh, we have that region that can be upgraded. It is finally time. up a tier. Accept. Got a pause for a moment. Okay. Well, I suppose we could go all the way up there, which would be enough. If we were really trying, that would be enough that we could go up another city size. If I wanted to go up another city size, but no, I think we're fine where we were at level 1 there. I also don't have the tech for it, so we'd have to tech into it. Although, nice and workforce increase. It might be tempting for the workforce increase. But yeah, right now, assuming we don't do that, we got 18 workers here. Gems would probably be more valuable than the meat and hides, but we're gonna go hides here. Get all the hides. Then we'll do a stands for happiness when the army isn't there. But yeah, that should provide us a bunch more meat, bunch more leather. We're getting pretty close to having fulfillment fulfilled, expectations fulfilled. That's good to see. Got enough furniture, we can do another shrine upgrade. 3 is done, we'll do 4. Still 2,000 more wood to be distributed. Oof. Although this is, again, this is helping to make everyone happy, so it's a good thing to do. I might allow some more people in, put them on the labs. Another 50 people in. Lab tapped out. No, factor 10 on this one. Go up another 20 here. Put another 10 in the clay pit. I think we've got enough clay coming in, but yeah, we'll put like another 20. I'll put another 20 in the clay pit. Then we'll be exporting clay as well. So increasing consumption, let's increase production as well. And then as knowledge or innovation goes up, we can cash that in on some of the nice improved industry bonuses, specifically. Where was woodcutting? Here's woodcutting. We need 12 workers worth of yield for 8. So we'll take that. 9 for just for 12. Don't have the innovation yet, but that'll fix itself, and then we'll probably grab another one. Here. Okay, so I think with that last chopping job, as it comes to completion, we should have enough wood to complete furnishing our places. And then we can move on to carpentry-related pursuits. Although I may need to build more houses soon, as I'm bringing people in and giving them jobs. We've got 200 knowledge. Could actually grab the temples. Grab temples or grab exquisite dining. I think the only service we got left that I haven't implemented. Well, we haven't done the tavern, but we haven't done the tavern. I don't think we've done the Grand Temple, haven't done the temples yet. Every other service we've at least got the first tier of, as I think where we're at service-wise. Well, temples aren't technically a service, right? So we've got all of those. They don't actually care about Fight Pit. Got all of those. We don't have the tavern. Well, we have tavern tech. We don't have any booze yet, so there's no reason to build taverns if there's nothing to serve at the tavern. Right. Bathhouse. I think the solution to bathhouse is I just need to get more charcoal going. Yeah, because the estimation on the bathhouses should be eating like 75 charcoal, but we're estimating it's eating 25, so it's a delivery issue. Shenanigans going on there. Wells could be upgraded, but we've got those. Massage parlors, we could definitely build more, apparently. They're very labor-intensive for what they provide. Markets are done, laboratories are done. We could do more benches, but yeah, we've got all the basic services. I think the only real service we're missing is the temple. Which is decently valuable at 1.5. Yeah, the net positive we got going on, we should be good with the wood as furniture. Furniture is a different problem. There's definitely an argument to say bring in another 50 people, expand furniture. Right now we're expanding in batches of 20 at a time. There's maybe an argument to build a really big furniture building or something. Pretty good on net wood now. So wood should stay stable, positive, stable and positive. Could even go as far as upgrading it again. You know, I will do one more at least. Yeah, I won't do that one. Well, at least not until we need more lumber. Expand carpentry. As we expand carpentry, we can do the basic carpentry advancements as well. Oh, there is an argument. Well, I think we're going to expand carpentry just because we're going to need it for doing all the building upgrades. I think we will avoid distributing the furniture as furniture until we're done building all the service upgrades that can consume furniture, because that's a little bit of a chicken and egg problem. As far as building temples, Praetor is going to require furniture. Athuri, if we were to build that temple, would require jewelry. We might hold off and not bother with the Athuri. We'd have more worshippers to Athuri if we had Athuri shrines and Athuri temples. So most of our worshippers would be happy with just the temple crater. animals as offerings. You want actually an expensive metal. Okay. Well, expensive ore. Your human sacrifices and your human sacrifices. Yeah, if we want to keep the sacrifices nice and cheap, it's great ore. So I can do furniture over here as well. And at some point we'll probably expand woodcutting over to the area over here. Or woodcutting in here as well. Woodcutting in here. What's the soil looking like for that corner? So that's the transition from till to alluvium. We got enough alluvium that if we're... Alluvium's probably the soil I want to waste. Building things that don't care about the soil on it. Unless it's alluvium that just has native trees on it. Right, so that's part of the reason we're kind of not building in this bit here, is this is natively growing trees, this was natively growing trees, this was natively growing trees, this bit in here is natively growing trees, so on and so forth. Whereas this alluvium, this would grow trees if I wanted to farm trees, but I think we have enough trees coming in that we don't need to farm the trees. Yeah, let's let another 50 in. And then we'll do some carpentry, another carpentry building over here. Get more carpentry going for improved shrines. Diplomatic incident. Novasur is notoriously petty, which is a problem for you because you forgot to congratulate him on his coronation day, or was it some relative's birthday? Mr. Dark, where well-wishing template to your scribes created should suffice. Luckily, your peers seem to have forgotten as well, judging by what letters constantly inquire about whether you did too and what special occasion was again. Perhaps if none of you sent anything, the potential awkwardness could be avoided. Be fooled in thinking that the fault lay with him. Alternatively, being one of the few who remembered, if late, would put you on friendly terms with him. Oh, just chronologically him. So was that our neighbor monarch changing? I feel like the answer is no. Although we get the +2 from the event there. Yeah, we get the +2 from the event there. So we got a pretty happy neighbor. Do we have them happy enough to do an alliance? If we gave them 1 million in resources, or give them 2 million in resources. Which I don't think we have. I think we got like 1 million. Most, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna get that carpenter going. Tempted to grab another charcoaler as well. Let's get a charcoaler as well. Again, I don't think we got enough charcoal. I'll add a little bit of road in here. Oh. Road, not roadify. So road like that. Road like that. And there. So go up the side of the building like so. I'll put something like a statue there. Work. Okay, get those 2 buildings built. And we should have enough worker to work both of those buildings. You're one of the shrines that hasn't been upgraded. That's what the shrine looks... Oh no, that one hasn't been upgraded as well. So So that's what it looks like upgraded to +1. Furniture making it a little bit better looking. It looks about the same either way, I suppose. Furniture maybe doesn't do a lot. No, the furniture does something. It doesn't do very much for the look on it. Here, we're going to finish upgrading these shrines, which will provide a little bit more happiness. Oh, so you can also specify which races are allowed to worship which saints. But yeah, we can get this up a little bit higher, which will be good, just by improving the quality. Although we need more furniture for that. And the next upgrade will require some cut stone as well. Although that will be after the temples. Yeah, the haulers are struggling to get enough coal to the bathhouses, which is causing the bathhouses to underestimate, which is probably resulting in the bathhouses not providing the best of services, right? That's what's going on with the bathhouses. In fact, we might be oversupplying the bathhouses just because we're not undersupplying the coal. Not as sure about that one. Do you have export capacity on the wood? I do. So you don't necessarily need to be too worried that we're oversupplying it, other than the fact that wood is worthless. So we know we're going to later turn it into carpentry stuff, so I'm not going to worry too much about oversupplying for the moment. Plus, use in a whole bunch of construction indirectly or directly. Although other species would be spending even more than us. Okay, there's the carpenter. We're going to take 20 odd jobbers to work the carpenter. There we go. That'll provide us more furniture. Also makes the furniture more efficient. Popping in to think about innovation. I'll do 1.5 innovation to effective worker here, so... No, probably not at the point where we want a level of carpentry. A little bit too expensive in the carpentry there. Maybe give it some time and we'll update on the carpenter value. Use a bunch of stone building the charcoaler, so we're a little low on the charcoal, or on the stone. So waiting for that to be imported. Although this is coming together, should be complete soon. And then again, that should provide some more charcoal. I'm going to change this hauler. We're going to delete the pull source. That'll allow it to basically, or that'll kind of force it to pick up from this charcoaler instead of going to the warehouse where it was going for. Yeah, I think with those two done, I think that's a good part break for where we are now. The city is growing. We're up to 2,900. The next title, I believe, is 3,000 something. 3,000 flat. So we're going to get another knowledge and innovation boost as soon as we hit 3,000. So things are going well. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. We're going to record 2 more parts tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, This is where I'm going to put a part break in to go make a new cup of tea. So we'll be back to record another part after I make that new cup of tea. But we will be recording more tonight. We'll be recording probably about another 2 hours. Although I'm trying to keep them a little bit. I'm trying to keep them under an hour tonight per part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.